back to the channel. It is the 27th of November. It is Thanksgiving Thursday. Welcome, guys. Hope everybody has a great day, great Thanksgiving with their family. We're going to dive into the markets here early on this Thursday. It's 4:42 a.m. on the East Coast time zone here. We have the CNN Fear and Greed Index, the Crypto Fear and Greed Index at an 18. We've been in extreme fear for a while here. It looks like we probably put a bottom in at 10, which has got to be pretty historic for the lows here. That was put in on the 22nd, so a couple days back when the markets bottomed here in the March, April, we didn't even get that low. So that is some historic lows for cryptocurrencies. Very, very interesting, guys. We're at an 18 right now. We're just on the edge of getting out of extreme fear and going into the fear zone. So just a little bit higher up in here. But there's a lot of fear in the markets. Those contrarian investors are probably buying here and doing quite well. Let's go look at the charts. So we'll drop into Bitcoin in just a moment. So Aerodrome is not performing as well as Bitcoin is for right now. We have Aerodrome Finance. This is the US dollar pair. 73 is our current market resistance. You can see the market has bumped its head on that. The 23rd, 6th, and then this morning here is very quiet here for Aerodrome. It's only down about 0.5%, but 73 cents, guys, is where the market resistance is. You can see it has not broken above that. There's a lot of support, there's a lot of resistance at this area. You can see right in here, this was old market support, and it was broken to the downside into failed support into resistance on the 21st, and it's getting back tested now. So that's a good reason why, I'll leave this on the chart, why Aerodrome is not just blasting through this. Now, if Bitcoin continues higher, Aerodrome, I think at some point here, it should, unless it's got deeper problems, break above this back into this zone here between 80 and 73. It needs to get up here. If it does not, if it continues to find resistance and start to move lower, I think that there is a good chance that Aerodrome has not put in its lows yet, and something like this is going to play out, probably taking us down to around that 60, 57, 56 zone right in here, which would mean taking out this low here from the 21st, which would be at 62, which if it gets tested, you want to see that hold. If not, I think we'll see that scenario. It could be anywhere down to 54 to 56, 60 zone. So that's on the downside. Hopefully that doesn't play out. But again, if Aerodrome doesn't start moving here pretty soon, we have Bitcoin up quite a bit. I think there are potentially some further selling to show up for Aerodrome. Now, let's keep in mind that Aerodrome didn't sell off as hard as Bitcoin, so it does have some room here. Bitcoin is like down in this zone, and then it's rallying. Aerodrome never really sold off that hard, so relative to Bitcoin, it actually held up much better. But again, we're not seeing it move right now, and we probably should be, or it should be at some point in the next day or so, unless, again, there is another low coming in for Aerodrome. All right, getting that out of the way. If we do rally, the next real resistance I see, potentially some here at 80, but then like 83 is a pretty good zone. 80 to 83, we'll say. But you can see there's just a lot of overhead resistance here going back. It kind of starts back in October, right up until about a week or so ago. We do have the unfortunate crossover, but we've seen these fail in the past. Again, that is not bullish. Let's go take a look at Bitcoin, guys. So Bitcoin so far, we have our lows down there in 80. We have broken above 88,453 zone, and we are continuing to rally. Next resistance I see in Bitcoin is right around here, like 94 to 96, roughly. And then the next area above that is going to be up here around 100,000, maybe 101, give or take. This obviously is a very bearish signal here, but the markets are very oversold, so we are seeing them rally. Yeah, that is good. Again, markets were way oversold, so we could really rally quite a bit. Now, there still is a chance that this market puts in a somewhere in here, could be right here around the 95, 96 zone, a lower high, and then continues to sell off to a lower low. That's a scenario. Could rally up here to, about 100 grand, pull back into a higher low, and then another higher high. We'll see. A couple of different scenarios that could play out. So that's pretty much going to wrap it up here, guys. Bitcoin's trading at 91. Aerodrome Finance is trading at 71. Keep your eye on that 73 today. We want to see a break above that. If not, and we start to sell off, watch your lows here from the 21st. Those are at 62. If those don't hold, 60 down to like 54 could be an area of support, and then maybe we rally off of a double bottom. If we do just break out today on Thanksgiving Thursday above 73, let's watch anywhere from 73 to 83, this zone, for resistance to show up. I don't think we'll just continue to blast higher through that 83 zone, at least on the first try. All right, I think that's going to wrap it up here. You guys have a great Thursday. Thanks for watching. If you were not yet a subscriber, join us here on the channel. Appreciate it. Of course, not financial advice. Aerodrome did not sell off as hard as Bitcoin. Relative to Bitcoin, it's holding up better, but this pattern here is a concern. And usually these break to the downside. Doesn't mean it's going to make a new lower low, probably a higher low if Bitcoin continues its rally, and then a higher high, but it's kind of something to keep an eye on. You guys have a great day. Happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for watching.